We're gonna say wrong shit. We don't care a bit. We're binary as fuck. We're trying to get it right. We don't wanna fight. We're binary as fuck. No need to call time out. And no need to shout. We're binary as fuck. He, she, guy, gal, dude, chick, pal. We're just binary as fuck.
Welcome to another episode of BAF. Please like and subscribe wherever you fetch your podcast. And if you want to drop us a line, love, hate, questions, or comments to BAFMMJ@gmail.com. Tonight, bullshit, strong stream, weak stream, Friday for best number twos, movie sequels. I wanted to make it like poop. And then, but first, what's happening, y'all?
What's going on, guys?
Anything? Nothing?
Long
Nothing
week.
new?
Another week down and ready to get to the podcast and
How about you, Mel?
see how you can fuck up Friday 4 this week.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so good at it. How about you, Mel?
This time passage shit is for the birds. I mean, I feel like it was just summertime and now it's like fucking October.
Yeah. When you're doing what you love, time flies. When you're
I guess.
When you're trying to win 46 billion won. You know what I'm saying? Squid Game, again, reference. What are we doing here? Y'all want to hear from AC?
Of course.
All right, let's hit her. At the top of every episode, we get a review of the show we did last week. Speaking words of wisdom, Mark's AC. AC stands for Aunt Carol. She sends my gifts of money, love AC. So here's a review from Aunt Carol, signed AC. Signed AC. Signed AC. Fuck both y'all, man. I'm sitting here because I get tired of taking the fucking headphones off. And I got two retarded fucking stoners sitting here trying to like butt fucking each other over this goddamn soundboard. Is this the one? Is this the one? God damn. All right, we're good now.
Song's over.
It was funny, though. Now that I'm not mad anymore, it's funny as shit. I'm like, come on. And I had to listen to that. It was easier to listen to when I was occupied, watching YouTube.
I didn't even know what you were saying.
I know. I was like, God damn. This is like, we do no planning before we think we do.
Why
we just sit here. I know. It's all about off the cuff. Let's do this. All right. You ready, Mel, for
Aunt Carol?
You can't plan this magic anyway, so you might as well just go for it.
From 30, a meager 30 to over 100 come on, man. Something's happening. All right. Let's see if it keeps going. But anyway. All right. From my wonderful Aunt Carol. Thank goodness Mel didn't have COVID. My neighbor died of it yesterday. He was sick for a year with it. She said she wants her booster shot because she is old and she might wear a mask indoors for the rest of her life. All right. I think with the whole Ric Flair thing that women are feeling more empowered to bring up old grievances or whatever you want to call them. Thank you. I want to hear a woman's, because we just talked, you know what I'm saying? Chris Cuomo is now being accused for a 2005 incident. There needs to be a time limit or something, and Al Franken should still be in the Senate. Some of this Me Too crap pisses me off. The story about the judge sounds more like Lifetime than Netflix to me, but it did make national news. The Friday 4 was hilarious, and yeah, after you had to allow Blues Brothers after The Colors and Color of Money. Loved hearing Zevon in the background. One of my favorites, Jason Mel. Even though you didn't approve of Mark's and my conspiring, I am glad you approved of my choices, and I won't say it will never happen again. Blood is pretty thick. All right, and Annie Potts is still sexy as Sheldon's Meemaw. She's still on shit?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
And she's still hot as an old lady? Good for her. I've always liked Annie.
She holds up.
Good for her. She just got, holds up is a better word.
I think she's going to be in the new Ghostbusters.
Of course she is.
Yeah, they're all going to be in it.
She's got that quality about her no matter her
Harold
age.
Ramis.
Yeah.
Not Harold Ramis.
Since you all seem to like Rosie Perez, if you ever do your favorite movies with her in them, mine is Fearless. Mark, let me know if you ever need a defense for it. As for PAF, you want to do that as a teaser? Read her review of PAF? And then let Mel give his teaser after this review? All right. As for PAF, here's a teaser, peeps, if you want to hit us up on the bonus episode of Political AF with Mel. And we're going to What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this is AC's review of it. Phew, pulled that one out.
You were literally too stupid to insult.
Thank you.
Thank you. Exactly. All right. As for PAF Yipes, one of my favorite REM songs, but it's all very scary. What's going on and why? Mel, you need to run. That's in all caps with exclamation points. So she's very serious. And you do vote for yourself every time, right? On a write-in?
Absolutely. I voted for myself for president in the last 2 elections.
Exactly. So you're doing what you can do. So what the hell? All right.
Right.
Bring some common sense back to the world. Lots of Argentinians with German names like the tennis player Diego Schwartzman. That is fucking hilarious. That's like the scarlet letter of where the fuck your family comes from. You know what I mean? Like what? Oh, Jesus Christ. Also a great little reference to it in a Frasier episode. Thank you, AC. And what's up now? What are we going to do?
Oh, man, we got an email.
Oh, you got an email.
Holy shit, we are blowing up.
It's Tyler, probably. What do you got?
It's Tyler.
It's Tyler, man. But still, good. I'm glad. He's like the fourth member of this Beatles. He's like the fourth.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like the fourth. He's the fourth announcer on this show.
He's Pete Best, but he's sticking around. You know what I'm saying? He's like, let me in. Nah, you're good. Keep writing. Go ahead.
All right. Wow, that top 4 was a marvelous mess. I loved it. I have to throw Men in Black out there as an honorable mention at least. Such a fun movie, and to throw one in on my own loophole, I can't believe no one said The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah. Dead Red Redemption.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Great prison movie, right?
Hold on, you got pissed off at me for Blues Brothers. You would have let that one go?
I give up at this point.
Okay. AC killed Joe too. Go ahead.
I resigned at this point. I believe it was Jason whose strong stream was Miss Pat show a couple weeks back, and yes, it was. Marathon that bad Oscar and loved all of it. I plan on checking out a couple more from you guys. Recommendations. I'll get back to you. Harp, cello, whatever they call you these days. We might have to change it to the world's smallest violin to fluency with your football picks.
Whoa.
Damn,
That's
Tyler
fire.
talking shit to cello.
That's crazy.
I'll see you bitches on the gridiron Sunday. Hope you brought your A game.
Hey, now. That leads us into bullshit. So we can go to the fantasy.
He's got a song pick too. He said, if you don't mind, cue up some Aloe Black song title. I need $1 to play at the end of Mel's pick. I think you guys will like it.
All right. We'll see.
Peace, love, death metal. That's how he signs it.
Of course he does. Tyler, for fuck's sake.
Wait, he throws out an Aloe Black song and then throws out death metal after that?
Exactly.
Come on.
It's contrast. It's like a chef. You got to mix the sugar and the sweet. You got to do it. The salt. Let's do it. But we got bullshit. What do you got for bullshit, man? You know, first place I ever heard that song? You're not going to like this. It was on Hard Knocks Raiders when they introduced Antonio Brown and he was running the routes and all that shit. That's the first place I ever heard it. And I was like, that's good. And it never left me.
And then one episode later, he's gone.
It gone. And now he's a hero because he lives with Tom. He lives out in the shed.
Man, I got some.
That's how it sounds, too. It's like, you stay out in the shed. He's like, all right. Tom Brady shed, pretty nice show.
Man, before we get to NFL, I got to get to this one. How did we not pick up on this last week talking about baseball? Did you see the Cardinals racked off 17 straight wins to clinch the NL wild card?
I ain't never seen them.
That's crazy.
That's the longest streak since 1934 in the National League. And I'm like, how did we not hear this? All we're hearing about in sports is just football shit. And nobody mentioned, in all the sports I listened to, I didn't hear it.
The Central was Milwaukee, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Milwaukee wins it. Cincinnati's going to get the wild card, and all of a sudden, here come the Cardinals.
It was like a horse race. They just came from the back, and they just kept on. That's fucking. And St. Louis, man, they got that thing about it where they're not jokes. You know what I mean? They always show up every year.
They get to the playoffs and win that wild card game. You better watch out for St. Louis.
I'm gonna tell you, I can't see them not winning the. Like, that's who my favorite is right now because that's just hot.
I still think
that is hot.
Well,
man.
I would have thought Milwaukee until one of their star pitchers got drunk and got mad about something and broke his hand on a wall.
Oh, he's smart.
So he's out for the playoffs unless they make the World Series.
What was he a white guy?
What was his name? I saw the story the other day about he was like he had an 8-1 record.
Really?
Yeah, like a 2.76 ERA, I think it was, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Like he was a big contributor to that team and broke his hand, got drunk and got mad about something and broke his pitch.
Because he was a white guy, it could have been the Arizona Audit News.
No, it's a black guy.
Oh, okay. So it would have been, what would it have been?
Evan?
I can't think of anything smart for a black guy.
Come on.
I'm a reverse racist. What do you want? Go ahead. I don't.
You know, you can't be a reverse racist. You realize that, right? You're just a racist no matter
Exactly. You just are. Exactly. Thank you. There is no reverse. It's just a word you are.
Devin Williams.
Devin Williams?
Yeah.
That's pretty stupid. Speaking of stupid, I had to listen to Nick Chubb during a mic'd up. Man, he's not good. Don't mic him up, man. That's just a really athletic motherfucker who had cheerleaders do all his fucking work. And he's just a bad motherfucker. And we're all like that. I had to be, if I was a sports star, I'd be the same motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Where'd he go to school?
I don't fucking know. Good God, who knows? Because it was rough. Harvard. Sure. All right. Yeah, but
What else you got in bullshit?
I got the 66-yard field goal from the delay of game no call. And I don't care. But the no call is so brushed over just because of the history of it. Like, nobody cares.
I mean, he still had to kick it.
He did have to kick it, but it's just not.
But he should have never been there in the first place.
Does it have an asterisk? Do you think they should asterisk that motherfucker? No, you can't asterisk.
You can't
it.
asterisk.
Oh, no, you can't asterisk a 66-yard field goal.
I'm trying to be the feelings of the new people around here. You know what I mean? You got to.
The bad thing is when we watched it that day live, it looked like it hit the end zone.
And it was a win. It wasn't like a win, too. It wasn't like it was a middle of the. Well,
we just didn't have the view that it hit and came over, and then I saw the hands go up. I was like,
yeah. Because it hit into the net. We didn't see it. It looked like it went straight up, and we didn't know if it was going to fall straight
he took
down.
an extra step back.
Yeah.
They said he about threw his hip out, bringing his leg through that ball.
That's what McAfee
That's the
said.
hardest he's ever kicked anything. I guarantee it.
McAfee said he did the kickoff. He did his kickoff walk back instead of his field goal walk back. That's the first thing he noticed. I was like, it was interesting hearing his opinion.
I don't know if anybody could kick 67.
No, 67 is ridiculous. Maybe, you know what? He might hit 67 in Denver. A 60. What's that? Do they know what the yardage
What's it better to kick
translation
in, a
is?
dome or Denver? I guess Denver's better to kick in.
Denver, man, high altitude.
So you're
Yeah,
telling
Denver,
me
you
there's
got
a
high
chance.
altitude.
Yeah. 67, as long as they're in Denver. Well, Prater hit the one in Denver. 64 was done in Denver.
Yep.
This motherfucker hit this bitch at Detroit. There ain't shit there to fucking brag about.
Ain't no win. That's it.
Except Kiss.
It's just a dome.
Yeah, Kiss and the Ford plant. After that, what the fuck?
Let me sneak in. My Raiders are 3-0.
They are. What happened last week? What was the story? I don't remember.
Oh, they usual Raider lore. Only they happened to pull it out instead of getting beat this time. They were.
Oh,
up,
that's right.
They were up. What was it? 25-14.
Their mic'd up guy was the crazy defensive dude, the white dude.
Right.
He was good.
They were down. I think they were down 14-0. Racked off 25 straight.
Yeah.
Then gave up to the tie, but
Man, I can
won
see
it in
the
overtime.
The fandom in your face right now. So it's nice, man.
It's nice.
He's got the eyes squinted.
It's nice.
He had it going, man.
So happy.
Hope can drive a man insane.
Exactly. Hope can drive a man insane. You got to listen to him.
By the way, I want to go back to this real quick because I had to know where Nick Chubb went to college. This will shock you
Where?
to no end.
What?
Georgia.
Oh, man, of
that's
course.
right.
That's
He went to
right.
Georgia.
He was in every goddamn Final Four we watched since they've existed.
Oh yeah, they definitely did his homework.
Yeah, he was a nice kid, but he's just like, good God. Come on, man.
That motherfucker didn't see the inside of a classroom the entire time he was there.
Fuck no.
No.
And I wanted to ask you as a Washington Redskin enthusiast, Dan Patrick brings
Who?
it up. And it's like, what the fuck? Chicago won't play him. They put him at third string behind Dalton and a rookie. Why doesn't Washington just go grab him? They give him something. They don't want him. Washington should go get Nick Foles and have a fucking fighting chance because the Cowboys are running shit in the East right now.
Okay, but here's the problem. Nick Foles can't run the defense. Nick Foles doesn't play defense.
That's true.
The defense is their fucking problem.
Or a 5'10"
I mean,
little
that's
white
just-
boy. I mean, that throws picks.
What is it? Is it injuries? Is it, or are they just not playing up to potential right now?
I don't know.
No, it's coaching right now. I mean, JDR is the problem. And if Del Rio doesn't get his head out of his ass against Atlanta this weekend, he might be looking for a fucking job.
Yeah, because Atlanta, they got to win this Atlanta game because Atlanta hasn't proven to be anything worth worrying about if you're a contender.
Held the Giants to 14.
That's true, but Giants.
No, the Giants held the Giants to 14.
What did Dan do?
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that win was a Giants loss. It was not a Washington win. It was, somebody had to outscore somebody in that game.
Well, I had Jones, I had Jones and Slayton this weekend, so that didn't work out real well for me.
Yeah, I did. Oh, what happened? What's up with our BAF fantasy
Oh
roundup?
man, fuck fantasy football.
Oh, what? That was a bold move you went with last week.
I got to ask you, after I sat here and
Yeah.
said how if you can play a defense against, what's his name? Fields.
Justin Fields.
Why wouldn't you? And then when I saw you put him in, our ultimate was things like, I don't care if I lose. I just want him to be wrong. But if I lose, who cares? And I was like, that's what Jason said. I was like, makes sense. What was the thought behind letting this, like, never in the history of ever has that ever been?
I went, but here's the thing. So
Was he cheap? Or was it a budget move? I didn't think about that.
it was a budget move because I went
that
big
makes
on
sense.
receivers and running backs. I mean,
Okay,
look,
that makes sense.
in a lot of other places, I did very fucking well, but
I'm so glad it didn't strike me till yes, budget move. Because other than that, I was just like, that's some dreaming. But he had to be cheap.
I'm just keep
so
quiet.
Why? What'd you
I took
do?
a big fat.
Justin Fields and Washington D are the reason why I lost last week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Well, let's go over
That's
the
it.
scores.
There's two
'cause
things
you
killed
did-
me
yeah,
last
you
week.
did well besides those two.
Justin Fields and Washington D.
Well, I won the 20 game BAF league, and G Dub won our six guy one.
The 20 man big league for what was that? $90?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pay for my weed this week, bro.
Right on.
Because honestly, I'd cash
Nice
it
hit.
out, and then I sent it back to you, and I'm like, oh, they paid for my weed. That's funny.
All right. This week, Cello again,
Cello again is in last.
86. And
What he
then-
said in real life, the
Stuck
Cowboys.
in the hole.
Yeah, but he said in real life the Cowboys are in first. So go fuck yourself.
All right. Then it was.
Ooh, they're in first place in the NFC East.
Damn
what a
right.
challenge.
Damn right.
Then there's.
They're giving that Bucks fucking run credit right now. They're like, that fucking Bucks game was legit now. They didn't know if it was first game, whatever, but I'm like, go ahead. And I like Dak after that fucking. I still got Dak fandom after that fucking Hard Knocks. Like, he's a good fellow. But go ahead.
I came in fifth with 105. I lost what, 2 players?
You only scored 105 points?
I had 2 players go down in the first quarter.
Was your offspring in there?
No, Austin really took a shit this week.
Oh, did he
the
listen to
big
you?
league.
Was he listening to you?
No.
He didn't steal none of your picks?
No, he didn't steal none of my picks. All right, and then fourth we got Mel 125. Tyler in third 133.
He got the money, right? He was in the money? Oh, no, this is the other one.
This is BAF.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And
Yeah,
Mark came in second this week 150.
Yeah.
But our big winner this week was G Dub at 180.
G-Dub on the boards, hitting it off.
So right now G Dub's in first place with 15. And Mark, you're in second with 13. Tyler has 12. Mel 11. I have 9. And Cello has 3.
And once again, asking for your financial support.
Exactly. Thank you, Michael Cohen.
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, I thought it was Michael. They sound alike. Michael Cohen and Bernie Sanders sound exactly alike. That's fucking hilarious.
And therein lies the title for the week.
Yeah. There it is. You're right, because those are hot. Yeah, there we go. What else we got? I got yeah, go ahead.
but take heart. As long as Cello's in the league, we're all good.
Yeah, you're true. And I missed this on baseball, but Seattle's making a playoff push right now.
They are.
Are they pulling some St. Louis shit?
They're
Because Baltimore is beating Boston, and Boston's getting stopped.
Baltimore is the fucking spoiler right now. They beat
man.
the Red Sox 2 out of 3, man.
That is
right now. The Yankees hold home for the wild card. They have a
Really?
2-game lead, with Boston and Seattle, who are tied
Motherfucker.
going into the last
But if it
weekend
was,
of the season.
And Baltimore's fucking with shit.
Yep.
but if Seattle, if the games were over after yesterday, Seattle has the wild card because they win for some other statistical reason, even though they're tied.
Oh, no shit.
So Boston is on the outside looking in. They got to play serious this weekend.
And whoever wins the AL wild card goes to Tampa Bay. They got home field throughout the.
It's going to be the
AL.
most boring Tampa Bay versus St. Louis World Series ever, probably. Or
Not me. I think I might love me some Cardinals for that one.
Yeah, who knows? But I want to see Tampa Bay win a fucking World
Well,
Series.
they're either going to be playing the Dodgers or the Giants.
Giants have
in
won
the wild card.
107 games. Is that what they said?
105, and the
105.
Dodgers got 103.
Man, this is some fucking crazy shit.
Are they not playing each other this weekend?
I
too?
hope. This is
Man,
where people die in the park. People going to die in the parking lot this weekend if that's what's
Who
happening.
died? Didn't somebody die?
Yes, it happens at every Dodgers Giants game. And when there's playoffs on the line,
All right. No, the Dodgers got Milwaukee this weekend at
That's
home,
good.
and San Francisco has the Padres at home.
ooh,
So both teams are at
Ooh.
home.
we get to see Manny.
maybe spoil it for the Giants.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
Giants are
San
in.
Diego's out of it, right?
Yeah,
they
the
shit.
NL is locked up, I believe.
Motherfucker, that's fun, man.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I sent a message the other night about this home economics. Have you watched this, Mel, on ABC?
Oh yeah, I watch it. I've seen that show since it started.
Okay, I just hit it up, and I'm enjoying it. It's got a lot of Topher Grace's in it, and it's a fun tale. But they hit a storyline. When I sent you the storyline, it was an Andy Griffith storyline, and it pissed me off. Luckily, they didn't carry it out, because I didn't like it when I was a kid and I saw it. It's when Aunt B went away, and they wanted her to feel wanted, so they messed up all the dishes and shit. So she was like, "Oh, you need me." This month, there's that episode where he decides so his wife can feel good. He like messes up because he had everything clean. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It just made me mad. And I was like, I hated this when it was fucking Andy Griffith. But then it came back and she actually called him on it. It ended up being funny. She was like, what are you fucking doing?
Look at you being all woke.
Yeah. What? Did I remember an Andy Griffith show?
That you were pissed off at back then.
I was. When I was a kid, I was like, that's stupid. Who would do that? It was
That's
just like,
sexist.
that's dumb. Everybody needs Aunt B. You don't have to be clean. But is she that dumb? Like, Aunt B's dumb.
No.
Okay.
That was just the stereotype.
Sorry.
She was the matriarch.
I just can't, honestly, I really don't care. But I can't believe they recycled that. But then
Yeah,
it came
this day
through.
and- yeah,
Yeah,
this
because
day
I
and
was like,
age.
but then how many I bet it's been done a billion times I don't even know about on a bunch of different shows. Let's make Aunt whatever or whoever feel wanted and fuck shit up. Anyway,
Feel better.
I do. I might be bragging that I remembered that from Andy Griffith. That's probably all that was. But anyway. Do you remember that episode of Home Economics when he had to he started messing shit up?
Yeah, she was going back to work,
Yes,
and
that's what it
so
was.
he was the house husband after that because he's a writer.
And the younger
So
brother.
he's staying at home.
The younger brother's funny. The successful brother. The parents are goddamn hilarious. Anyway, check that out. Home Economics. It's good. Anyway, what else?
It's a good watch. It's not real heavy. It's a good casual watch.
Yeah, it's fun. What else you got? You got any bullshit?
I'm done with mine. What else you got?
I got nothing. What you got, Mel? You got any more bullshit on tap?
You got a PAF preview for us?
Oh, yeah, the PAF preview after I read the AC review didn't go off like I thought. Because you didn't.
Yeah, we've been getting real heavy on PF. So this week I'm all about sex.
Oh, cool, man. That should take us over there. Let's do it. I didn't mean that in the sexual term. I meant listen to the pod. Anyway, let's do, what are we doing? Strong stream, weak stream? Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
Go ahead, brother.
It's only one episode. I watched it last night. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I'm going to continue to watch it. Is the remake of The Wonder Years.
I watched the first episode of it.
I really enjoyed it. The narration, Don Cheadle's the narrator.
Yeah.
It flows real well. The jokes are good. I like the little white kid that every time something happens, he pops up and goes, I swear he's not prejudiced.
Yeah, he is funny.
So it's 1968. First episode, at the end of the episode is Martin Luther King is assassinated. So how they deal with that, how the kid deals with it at 12 years old, going into his neighborhood to find his friends and finds his best friend kissing the girl he likes. I mean, it's the Wonder Years.
It is. It's yeah. And you get to see the other side of it where everything's not. Like the first one was you had the teenage strife, but it didn't show the real life fucked up shit for people, you know.
And I think it's going to be one of these shows I don't need it.
No,
10 episodes to sit down and just go through it. That's a
gonna
slow
be
burn for me.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like it, but I can see how heavy it's going to be. And I'm going to have to be in the mood for it, which isn't much these days. I know. It's like one of them things.
But you already start to draw the parallels to all the old characters, like the little white kid is Paul. And
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's fun. I'm interested.
So he'll start a punk band when he's older.
Right on.
I know Winnie Cooper ended up being a ridiculous looking adult.
You ever hear that theory that Paul from the Wonder Years was
Yes.
Marilyn Manson when he grew up?
Marilyn Manson used to answer that question too. He's like, "No, I'm not Paul Pfeiffer." He would say it like that. Made me laugh.
I'm not there yet. I'm gonna have to see some more episodes and I'll go ahead and own the fact that I really wasn't a big Wonder Years fan to begin with.
Yeah,
It's not your time period. You're 20 years old, I think, when the Wonder Years is out, like 18, 20 years old.
Yeah. The only remarkable episode I remember was when Punky Brewster was on their pre-boob job.
okay.
And everybody was freaking out about how she'd grown up and she had big boobs.
That's funny.
down my hall. That was like a whole week of them talking about Punky Brewster growing up.
That's true. At the age you were when that show was hot was your sarcastic college years, so you weren't going to watch anything with a big heart anyway. You know what I mean? That's what you needed back then.
You're
just watching it to
I'm listening to Nirvana and shit.
Yeah, you just want to mock anything you see. So that was mock central.
And
right
I'm
there.
12 years old.
Exactly. And I was 14, 15. I didn't hate it. But the thing is, I don't remember any episodes either. I really don't.
I remember the characters. I just don't remember. No, I don't remember a specific episode. I remember him the first time he kisses Winnie, of course.
Of course. That was like the second one, whatever. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I did like the first one, but I can hit it whenever. Like you said, it's not a must watch, but
right.
It's not bad. What do you got, Mel?
Controlling Britney Spears.
See?
Okay.
I'm thinking about it, but I can't do it.
Where is this at?
That's on Hulu. So it's the follow-up to the New York Times original documentary they did on Britney Spears. So this one goes a little bit more in depth into sort of the battle over her conservatorship. I mean, some of the stuff, especially they go in depth on her quote unquote security detail, which her father had hired, and the accountant and the PR folks that were managing her life. And just the level of shit that they went into to monitor her behavior, like they were tracking her text, reading her shit. They were listening to her conversations, all kinds of stuff like that. But it's worth the watch. Now there's another one on Netflix that I haven't seen yet, Spears versus Spears, which is, I understand it's also pretty interesting. So I was gonna check that out this weekend, but the Controlling Britney Spears, good hour watch, very serious shit, and it's just more of the back drama that goes with that.
That's what's up. I want to hit it, but I don't. Now I will. Now if it's got your stamp, I'll check it out. Because I like docs. Docs aren't hard to pull the trigger on, but sometimes.
And it's only an hour. It's not like it's a lot of your time. And her dad was dropped as a conservator this week.
Oh, okay.
So Britney celebrated by posting a bunch of naked pictures on Instagram.
Oh, good for her. Good for her. Okay.
You know what I found out this week, though? That I didn't know?
What?
Amanda Bynes as a conservator. She's under a conservatorship, too.
Of course she is.
And
you can't trust pretty white girls with money.
Well, I mean, she's definitely had mental health issues, drug addiction, shit like that. And her mom is now it's in a trust, so it's a little different than what Britney's got. So she has a little bit more control over it, but they actually just extended the conservatorship through the end of 2023.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, she could go back and make a case for withdrawing it, the conservatorship, but it seems to me that she's at least sober enough to realize that she can't make all of these. She might relapse, and so that's the concern that's there. And because I don't know if you remember when she had her big fucking meltdown like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Or no, it may have been longer ago than that. It was like 2013, and she had a pretty big meltdown
because she was this. Because she was this absolute piece of ass on that Jenny Garth half hour with WB show. And then 3 or 4 years ago, the last time I've seen her, she honestly looked like a cartoon weird.
She did a lot of plastic surgery stuff.
What the fuck? But she was perfect.
Yeah.
She was absolutely perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was like stupid.
I read a story about the cops came in her apartment and she had a bong and she took it and threw it out the window and it like crashed in front of people on the street. And,
dumb shit.
Like all kinds of dumb shit.
It's like
threw it through her glass window.
You're a hot white girl.
In New York
You don't
City.
have to try very hard, kid. Stop. So I know why she has conversion. I guess. Yeah, Amanda.
Well, she was like a Nickelodeon star first,
Exactly.
and she goes to
I didn't hear
What I Like
her.
About You.
What I Like About You. That's the first place I ever saw her, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this kid is fucking gorgeous, man." And I didn't know she was on Nickelodeon, and I felt weird about it.
The Amanda Show.
Yeah. No, mine this week is on Hulu as well. It's Once Upon a Time in Queens. It's the '86 Met story. I didn't know they got the Cashin dude that built the '60s and '70s Orioles to build this team. And it's interesting that he just put it together and they win a World Series. But this is the biggest thing because as a kid I didn't know, and Seinfeld just kind of makes you think whatever. But Keith Hernandez is a bad motherfucker, man. I did not know he was that. Just the definition of a ball player. I had no idea, man. He was just all fucking just guts. He was that what's his name? the Tiger, the LA Dodger, Kirk Gibson. He's a Kirk Gibson type completely, and I never knew that because of Seinfeld. You just thought he was, you know what I mean? Seinfeld kind of.
Did they?
Skewed
I haven't seen it yet. It's like a 4-part series, right?
440, about 45-minute average, and it's good, man. It was Cousin Sal and Jimmy Kimmel did it, and it was fucking good because they grew up in it, so they did the thing. And Lenny Dykstra, they gave him a lot of fucking screen time, and he is off his fucking rocker. But he says that dumb guy shit is
He's
true.
Nuts.
Yeah, because the thing he said, and this is why and this is the moment where you realize. This is the statement he tells everybody that makes you have to understand why he's insane. He said, seriously, dude, I was that young and I win a World Series for a New York City baseball team. Come on, bro. There's no up from that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's his excuse for being a fucking degenerate. What was Tiger Woods? Well, Tiger Woods, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there's way more better. Like does Peyton Manning have that? I mean, what's Tom Brady's excuse there? I mean, seriously, Jesus Christ. Go win some more, Lenny. Well, he was in Philadelphia for that Blue Jay loss.
93.
Yeah, because they went to the dugout after he hit a monster, and his 2 knuckles deep in his nose just digging. I'll never forget it. I was like, God damn it. They took the camera right off of him. It's like, good Lord. And now he's around. Now he's just everywhere being insane. Was he on Stern?
Oh, he's always on Stern.
Oh, yeah. Howard used to love having him on.
He's trying to have sex with Robin.
Yeah. But the interesting story I thought was I didn't know. And that fucking 86 playoffs, I had no idea against Houston that they had that 16-inning fucking game. I was 12. I had no idea. The Orioles weren't playing. So what the fuck I care? You know what I mean? They had a 16-inning game, and it was fucking nuts. I think New York goes up 7-4, 13th, 14th. They fucking Houston ties it up in the bottom. I'm like, get the fuck. And that's what he said too. It's the greatest game ever played. I don't care what anybody says. The narrator, I forget who it was. But I was like, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look far from it. But then in the other game that was Nolan Ryan versus Dwight Gooden, nobody could hit it. It was just dumb. And the one home run, Darryl Strawberry got the home run off Nolan Ryan. And then Strawberry said it. He said, Keith yelled down to me. He was on first. He yelled down. He goes, drop that shoulder in. Drop the shoulder in. And he did it and hit a fucking home run. He goes, I'll never forget it. Keith Hernandez. And all the pitchers listened to Keith Hernandez. When they came out to the mound, they had the meeting. They said, everybody, when Davey left, he said, whatever Keith Hernandez said, that's what they did. Davey would say, finesse him a little bit, get in there, you got him. He's like, all right. And he'd look at Keith and he was like, blow it the fuck past him. And he'd walk back to first base, and that's what he would do. And I'm like, man. But the whole time, Keith Hernandez, you're hearing all these cool stories when he's talking live. He's petting a fucking cat like an asshole. And I'm like, fuck you. Because then Ed Norris has a story on 105.7 that Keith Hernandez hit on his wife in front of him and all that. And that's the guy holding the cat. You know what I mean? It's not the guy.
I believe that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a total Keith Hernandez move.
Hey, I was on Seinfeld. Your husband loves the show Seinfeld. I was on that. I'm Keith Hernandez.
Did they get into the whole Mike Scott scandal?
Fuck yes. That was goddamn.
Oh, my
intriguing.
God.
They get into it, too. Probably 20 minutes. And they couldn't hit him. He beat them both games in that fucking series. And they had
Hernandez was collecting the balls.
Yeah. And then they finally showed one. The last scene they showed in that was one, and it was the whole side of the fucking ball was sawed off. They didn't give a fuck. It was like, how are they letting these balls go? And they had a collection of them. They didn't care.
Hernandez was yelling at the umps the entire fucking game. He'd round the ball up, throw it in the fucking dugout, and he'd tell somebody to hold on to it. He's just pissed the entire game.
And then Gary Carter, bless his heart, he's the one swinging, going, come on, man. And then I think he was the first one to complain, and then he steps back in, and he blows it by him. And everybody's like, yeah, fuck you. And he had to walk out in that crowd cheering like, fuck you. Oh, they're cheating. The whole thing, because he's the first one to speak up. It was like, God damn. But it was good, man. Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn. In Queens.
I gotta watch that. That's got to be a great.
I really enjoyed it. I'm telling you, that's another, I think, a Bill Simmons production. The other one was the amusement park deal on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the other Bill Simmons thing. Like, Bill Simmons knocked it out of the park with the shit he's putting together with this Mets joint and then that action park, Class Action Park. Yeah.
Class Action Park. You got to think about it, though. That 86 Mets, what a rogues fucking gallery that was anyway. You got Hernandez. You got Doc Gooden, you got Darryl Strawberry.
Yep.
These guys are all, and
Mookie.
Lenny Dykstra, Mookie. You got Ray Knight on there, who's like literally him and Gary Carter are like the two easiest going guys you got on the entire team. The rest of them are just villains.
And but they were two of kind of intense. Ray Knight was, he was a good dude. He didn't cuss or anything, so he kind of talked, but he had fire. And Ray Knight, there was him and Eric Davis squared off on third. We're arguing, punch him right in the fucking face, punch Eric Davis right in the face. And my old Oriole fandom got mad over Eric Davis getting hit. I was like, he's got cancer, man. That's what I was like coming out of my seat. But
hold up, but Ray Knight played for the Orioles too, man.
Yeah, that's why he left. They disassembled the team. He wanted 2 more years in New York, and they cash and got rid of everybody, and he ended up in fucking Baltimore for 2 years.
Yeah,
that's how I got there.
I loved having him there.
Yeah, and he was, but just know now I know he didn't want to be anywhere. He's just like, I need 2 more years of money, and I gotta go to Baltimore. Fuck it. He missed the losing streak though. He was there. No, he was there for the '88 season. Fuck. Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, he was.
Anyway.
Well, his wife was from Baltimore. That's why he ended up landing there anyway, because it was closer to home for her.
And they lost 19 straight this year. Between that, in my life, I've seen them lose 50 straight fucking games or 40 straight games. Not in a row, but you know what I'm saying? That's 2 stupid streaks to have to see anymore. Are we the new Cubs? It's been 40 years and 2 more years, 2 years will be 40 years since they smelled a World Series.
Yeah, but we're not even the longest team to not have a World Series.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank God.
If they don't do realignment, Baltimore's fucked. Because the way it goes now, I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyway, what do we got now? Anything else?
Actually, I mean, look, you got some rookies that are showing up for the Orioles. You've got, the question is, can they go out and spend enough money to go find a pitcher who's actually going to come in and be a legit ace for them?
Yeah, they're just.
And they've got some decent pitching, but I mean, they really need somebody who's just a fucking dominator. But
they don't.
You just don't have a year in and year out dominator like you used to. There's no Tom Glavine out there anymore.
Yeah, I've lost all interest in watching another rebuild. I've watched them. I'm good. And if it gets good again, I'll fair weather it and maybe think about going to a game and not like I used to. But right now, I don't even think
they've been rebuilding for 20 years, man. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I know. It's a small market team. You got to follow the Tampa fucking plan, whatever it is, because they do it. They get rid of the guys when they're good and ready, and they just real good at scouting talent and getting new shit in there that always works out. It's pretty interesting. All right, we ready for the final for the Friday 4?
Yeah, man.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is only an exhibition. This is not a competition. Please, as always, ladies and gentlemen, no wagering.
Every week we do the Friday 4. It is a Mount Rushmore discussion that we just call the 4 because we're not trying to be corny about it. That was a freestyle, by the way. Did you like that, Jason?
Not bad.
Thanks, man. I just killed it by explaining it, but whatever. This week.
The funniest thing about this week was Jason preemptively telling you one you couldn't use.
No shit. Was that before we hit record?
No, when I text this week. Our Friday 4 this week is the best part 2s, the best sequels, and I said,
"Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely an honorable." That was funny. All right, it's part 2s, man. Part 2 movie sequels. Just the 2s, not just the 2s, just the second parts. Don't have to have 2. It's just the second installment of a franchise, whatever you want to call it, of a story.
Cool.
There is a right number 1, gentlemen. There is a right number 1.
Yeah, you damn right there is.
This love,
I'm gonna get killed.
this love fest bullshit's over with. Hear me on this.
Well, Mel always starts.
Oh, I killed the conversation.
No, I was writing him, and I was actually liking my handwriting tonight. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. It's good tonight. Anyway,
Are you correcting your list?
No. I gotta bring something up about one of these sequels I was looking at.
All right, number 4. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
There you go. I don't know anything about Star Trek, so I'm not going to
Not
say
bad.
a word.
I mean, it's a 4. It's fine.
All right. What I can
Are
tell.
you kidding me? Just from
It's definitely the best
just
Star
a
Trek
bad
movie.
acting.
It's definitely the best Star Trek.
A bad
movie.
acting standpoint with Shatner. I mean, there's just some great fucking scenes in there. And Ricardo Montalban's a badass.
Yeah, but when he screams Khan, that's That's the Darth Vader no kind of.
On.
I mean, yeah, it's fun. It's definitely better than Star Trek: The Motion Picture for sure.
Oh
But,
God, that's horrible.
I'm not a big Star Trek guy, so
I don't know about
it's
Star
fine.
Trek.
Number 4 is number 5. It's fine.
Good. What's your number 4, Jason?
My number 4 would be Lethal Weapon 2.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Again, it's fun. It's a fun 4 for me. Number 4 for me. Just as good, if not better, than the original. South African drug lords smuggling in Cougarans, which is the gold coins. And Danny Glover getting to put one right between the main racist's forehead at the end. So
Gotcha.
it's a Lethal Weapon movie.
All right.
Just as good as the first one.
Well, and my number 4 is because I like the number 1 so much that I like this one just because it's Tarantino's Kill Bill 2.
All right.
And Kill Bill, I like the first. No, you know what? I like the second one better than the first one. You know what? Anyway, I like Kill Bill 2. Any Tarantino Part 2's getting my fucking, getting something from me. And I do like in Kill Bill 2 the whole story with Bill at the end. And then the old Hispanic guy with that, what's his name? He's from Red State, that dude.
Michael.
Yeah. Michael
Parks.
Michael Parks. Just the way he speaks Spanish in that with that crackly ass dry voice and shit, he's good. And I just like Kill Bill anyway, except for the way she escapes from that fucking grave is stupid. But anyway, I can look past it. It's science fiction. Any thoughts about Kill Bill 2? No?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it at 4.
Okay. If it was higher, you'd have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely 3 better movies.
Well, I probably didn't name them.
No, for sure. You definitely did.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's
Yeah.
a fucking lock. Yeah, I'm with Jason. It's okay at 4, but you put it any higher than that, you're gonna hear more shit than that. Because
And that's just me.
I
just want to stick Tarantino on the list. Go ahead.
I mean, I like Kill Bill a lot, but 2, kind of a letdown from after watching 1.
I like 2 though. All right. I'm sorry. I was thinking about it.
He tried too hard to be like an epic storyteller in Volume 2. He should have just stuck with the.
That was
work.
It was one whole movie, and they were like, "Dude, you gotta split it." And he was so mad because he just wanted it as one. But all right, what we got at number 3 there, Mel? What's your 3?
Rocky 2.
Rocky 2 is good. I liked it.
It's a good one.
I mean, that's a rematch between Apollo and Rocky. You've got the whole storyline where Adrian doesn't want him to fight, so he's sort of, fucked up. She's pregnant. Then she has a premature birth, and she has that very sort of grossly dramatic moment where she comes out of her coma and she's like, "I just want you to do one thing," and he's like, "What's that?" Win.
That is fun. Yeah. It's got that 80s corn, but it's still good, man.
And then Vicky goes, "Well, what are we waiting for?"
And then it was that the train. Is that when the training starts, or is that the?
Yeah, that's when the real training starts.
All right, what's your number?
And you get your classic montage.
Fuck yeah, they're the best. I don't care what anybody says. Go ahead, Jason. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Aliens.
Aliens. All right. No, I've never seen any of those either.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen any Lethal Weapons either.
Really? No, that's a surprise. I mean, the Aliens one I get.
What
But
the fuck?
I just know the trivia. I know it's Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. And Chris Rock was in one of them. Okay.
yeah, he's in the last one. That one's not the
All right,
greatest.
of course, the one I know anything
That's not
about.
that great.
Man,
yeah.
the first Alien is good, but then she wakes up
Yeah.
like 50 years later, and this one is just way more chaotic. It's just fun, and it's James Cameron, so it really steps it up.
Yeah.
Have you what do you think about Aliens?
I think because Ridley Scott did the first one.
Right.
Ridley Scott's typically more of a bare bones, sort of stripped down. Cameron went the opposite direction. It was much bigger as a production, and you're right. It was chaotic, and that made it very interesting and very compelling.
All right, there's number 3s. Well, you got number 2, Mel. Now we're going to get serious.
All right,
Did I do my 3?
number 2,
I
Empire.
didn't do my 3.
You didn't
Yeah,
do your
what
3.
were-
I'm sorry.
Well, you know it's going to be garbage, so you just skip me. You're like, fuck, Mark. What do you got, Mel?
Wait, what is your number 2
My number 3?
or 3?
It's probably a
Yeah.
number 2, but John Wick 2. Just because it's just fucking fun, man.
You know
Just
what?
a
You're not
good-
wrong.
it's just a good part, too. Fuck
Any
it.
John Wick, any John Wick movie is fucking great.
If we're
So
doing
I can't
threes,
argue with that.
Doing fucking John Wick 3. How about that? Yeah, there we go.
All right, you did fine. You get to dodge a bullet on that one because that's a legit number 2.
Now we'll see where this goes.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna
This is gonna get serious now.
All right.
And I wrestled with everyone on my list but number 1 on where to place it.
Me too.
And I moved Star Trek 2 all the way to the back because while it's a light and fun movie, it's it still has good moments to it. Number 2, Empire Strikes Back.
Let's say I had a real quandary about this because technically, yes, it is the second part of Star Wars, but it is not part 2. It is episode 5.
5.
Oh, you're right.
And I had that same. My wife and I talked about this. We debated through it, and
I
she
decided
said,
to leave it off the list just for that reason, but I'm fine with it because it's a perfect movie.
So you mean to tell me you can have a part 2 5 something, but I can't have Hamlet 2? Sorry, I watched the New Sopranos tonight.
That was
Stuck in
my
my
block, by
head.
the way. Hamlet 2. That was my block.
I know that was the block.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but it legitimately, and in terms of release, it was the sequel to Star Wars.
Absolutely.
So that was the out my wife gave me to use it and put it on the list.
There's a release gap loophole in the whole thing.
I try to keep my Friday 4s loophole free. Unlike you two
I
gentlemen.
love them. I eat them right up.
I know you do.
Look at you little loophole. That's what I do.
I don't know. I mean, that movie is so good. It's worth putting on the list. I mean, goddamn, you had it's every Star Wars movie since then has been called the best since Empire, and it's bullshit.
Oh.
Empire is really the only movie worth watching.
It is the best Star Wars movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I've sat through all of them now. At this point, I'm sick of it, but because I keep waiting for another one to be as good as Empire, but they aren't. None of them are.
No.
All right. What you got?
My number 2 is Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
There you go. You got music for your
Ooh.
shit.
Huh?
But you playing music.
Yeah, I set mine up.
I remember this was a huge deal in like Entertainment Tonight and shit the year it was coming
This
out.
was the
It was
first-
every night was covering back, doing makeup, special effects.
It
Like,
was
this
the
a big
first
deal, man.
real big special effects movie.
Is that James Cameron?
It
Is
was
that
James Cameron
Yeah.
as well.
James Cameron.
He's that dude, man.
You got the liquid metal Terminator. You would not have seen that 2 years before.
What year was it? 90?
91.
Yeah, it was early 90. Yeah.
91, yeah.
It's interesting.
And you were just starting to get like green screen technology and CGI, very early CGI. But it was like, if you ever seen the movie Dark Man, most of that was filmed in front of a screen.
Yeah.
And it is so fucking obvious that it was. But that same year you released this movie where the special effects still hold up today. In terms of, watching the liquid Terminator, form up and then change the shape and all that shit. And
It does. I just watched it like a month ago, like when they freeze him at the end when he gets the liquid nitrogen on him and he breaks apart. That melting and all coming back. I mean, it's just as good as what they could do today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My turn?
Sure.
My number 2 is Godfather 2. Because
my number 1.
Is it really?
My number 1.
Oh, we
You
missed it.
fucking Judas.
Well, then we all three can talk. about
Whatever you picked for number 1 is wrong.
He's right.
it. All right. Oh, I know it's wrong, but
Double team.
I had to do it just because I had to do it. You understand when you hear it? No.
It's
I just like the whole I love old Italy, Vito Andolini, Marlon Brando, the whole fucking thing, man. Or De Niro playing young fucking
De Niro, yeah.
God, it's so fucking good. I like that. Have you ever seen the mashup where they put it all together?
yes,
It's like
in
3 hours.
chronological
They do
order.
1
It's
and 2, yeah.
4 hours or
It's-
something. It's
It is
fucking
fucking
great.
fantastic.
good.
No,
man.
it is 7 hours.
Yes,
and I have
it's
sat there and
perfect.
watched every fucking minute.
And it's
of it.
all
It's-
chronologically
it's
correct.
wonderful.
There's no flashback. It's literally
Those
right
two
through.
movies
God damn it.
are the. I mean, that's.
Now I feel like a dick for having to put. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I could always watch. I can put The Godfather on at any time. I guarantee I watch The Godfather and The Godfather 2-3 times a year. I'll sit there and watch them back to back.
If you got HBO Max right now, Turner Classic is has got The Godfathers on there. I was thinking about diving back into them again. I own them too, but I don't own a DVR or a DVD player anymore.
They don't have the Godfather Epic on there, do they? The mashup.
I'd have to go and look. That was the 20th anniversary recut that they did. And what is it called? The Godfather Chronicle or something like that.
I think that was the Godfather Epic.
That's it. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look, but I mean it's Godfather. I'm not sure. There's some great scenes in Godfather 1, the original, but I think as a movie, Godfather 2 might even be better.
It is. I love the throwback shit.
It's way better.
Yeah, De Niro it's so good.
Now, I mean, the scene in 1 when Michael shoots both of them in the head in the diner. I mean, there's a lot of good. Sonny gets it on the causeway. There's a lot of good scenes in Godfather, but as far as pacing for a movie and how they throw it back and give you the full picture of everything, Godfather 2 is just way superior.
And taking Fredo out in the boat. That's the greatest shit.
As he's saying his last Hail Mary to catch a fish.
There you go.
Bang.
Or is it time for my number one?
Oh, I can't. I'm waiting with bated breath, Mark. I can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah, I need to know what is better.
He did it again. He did it the fuck.
Are you
Color Money Part 2. The Hustler was the first installment of this Paul Newman, Fast Eddie Felsen. And then flash ahead to the 80s, and we get Tom Cruise being taught the ways of the hustler.
Motherfucker.
Fast Eddie Felsen. One of the greatest number 2s of any movie.
He got us both. He got us both.
Let me ask you, Cello, did you know that? Okay, Cello didn't get it right. On the way here, I said, you want to know my number 1? And he went, you said it. He said, Color Money. I said, yup. and he's known me since memories. So
I can't believe I fell for it again.
That's you know what? You just you have your own Purple Rain now. It's the color of money.
Exactly. That's all I got to do with colors. Purple colors. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to say something. I read a good breakdown of an honorable mention.
You're a fucking genius. I'll give you that. That's goddamn funny.
No, the direct deposit people at the bank would beg to differ. But anyway, the honorable mention, the one I read when I was just reading about all these movies, 28 Weeks Later is interesting. They said because it's a sequel to 28 Days Later, and it's one of the first few successful stories that were sequel, not characters. And I was like, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah. I did see the first one, and it was fucking horrifying. I never watched the second one.
Anybody else? The Color Money. I can't believe he got me again.
Yeah.
I fell right into it, too. I knew it was going to be something. I mean, a great movie.
And it sounded measured. Actually, once I thought of it, no, I didn't realize it. When he guessed it, I didn't realize that it was so obvious. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't to me.
No. Then I was afraid that actually that you'd have thought that when we planned it, I said it so I could do this trick.
Right.
So on the way there, once he guessed it, I said, oh, shit. I didn't think about that angle, but now I know it was cool.
Oh, it was just perfect.
Okay, good.
My number 1. And then I hear, doom, 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 like this motherfucker. Anybody got
me, Smalls.
Yeah, exactly.
You're goddamn killing me. Anybody got any honorable mentions?
Hamlet 2.
Yeah,
since I'm not allowed to do that.
What the fuck ever. I got 2.
And Carol, watch Hamlet 2. That's your assignment for Christmas.
I got 2. Beverly Hills Cop 2. And just for me, Friday the 13th, Part 2.
There you go. That's a you.
That's the appearance of Jason. So
of course. What do you got, Mel?
I was wondering if you were gonna. I was wondering if you were gonna throw Friday the 13th in the list, but I'm glad you gave it an honorable mention.
Yeah,
instead.
it's not going on 4. No, hell no.
That's when he gets his mask, right?
No, it's the first time he shows up. He's got the bag on his head.
Oh, when'd you get the hockey mask?
3.
With Corey Feldman.
No,
that's 4.
That's 4.
Look at you.
That's 4.
All right. We got Mel's musical enlightenment of the week.
You got, yeah.
Oh, do you got any honorable mentions, Mel?
No.
Okay. God. All right. What you got there? Mel's musical enlightenment of the week.
This is one of the few times on the 4 where I literally was just like, you know what? I know what 4 movies I want to pick. And then ordering was the big internal debate I had. So my wife and I actually talked through one night, and then I actually had to do it a second night because I was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with the order. So we talked them through again.
Man,
She's going to be tired of listening to my shit after a while.
I do not even try. Y'all make me feel like a
Yeah, my bottom 3 I had to flip a couple of times. Godfather 2 was always number 1.
And me too.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me.
Me too. And then I thought of that, and I was like, fuck.
That's funny as shit. I got to tell you, man.
Mel's musical enlightenment of the week. Every week we all 3 used to pick songs, but now we leave it to Mel. What you got, Mel?
So I learned a fun fact this week I'd never heard before, and then it took me down a rabbit hole. So I wanted to bring the song to the show. Dave Grohl did an interview, and one of the things he talked about in the interview was the parallel between "Smells Like Teen Spirit" and "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley.
Really? I saw this on YouTube, but I've never watched it.
Well, now you're going to listen to it.
Good.
Because there's only live versions of it.
Because I love what they did with the Bee Gees. That was fucking genius.
Start that for me one more time. Let me hear that. I heard it as soon as he said "Smells Like Teen Spirit." I was like, whoa.
And that's the real beginning of it?
Now, granted, it's been modified a little bit to sound just like "Smells Like Teen Spirit" right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they sort of do a mashup of it. But he said, yeah, because when he started learning how to play it on the guitar, he said the chord progressions and the drum kicks were exactly the same.
Wow.
You can hear it.
Right.
And he's not changing the melody of the lyrics. He's not changing the melody of the lyrics at all, man. He's playing Nirvana music and doing the melody.
There's really no change in the tempo and the beat.
Not at all.
No.
It's not bad.
That's funny. That's good. Because what Dave Grohl did with the Bee Gees is fucking awesome.
It was. I've watched a few of those since you pointed it out to me. That's
God
real
damn,
good
he
shit.
fucking nailed it. And that drummer does his song good. That's impressive.
Man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
I never hit it because I just thought it was them.
I would have
doing
never
it.
put those two together.
I didn't know there was a story behind it because I'd have to hit. It's YouTube. I should do it. That's all I fucking watch anyway.
Yeah.
How'd you not find
I'm
that?
kind of surprised you saw it on YouTube and just took a walk on it.
What the fuck?
Slacking.
All right. Let's do, I want to say email again, bafmmj@gmail.com if you want to leave us a comment. If you hate us, love us, whatever. Just let us know something. bafmmj@gmail.com.
Just email us. Tell us where you're listening from.
Exactly.
We're curious where these downloads. We see a lot of downloads coming from a lot of different towns. Tell us where you're from.
Yeah. It's fun. This is the best hobby ever. Do it if you feel like it.
The feedback I'm getting is that we're much more conversational now, especially since we took the politics and separated that out.
Yeah, definitely.
But that we're much more conversational now, and the show's kind of light and a lot of fun, and even funny every now and again.
Oh, cool. And do you want to give us another teaser for BAF Monday morning?
Yes. Remember, don't forget
PAF.
sex.
Sex.
Sex sells.
If that doesn't draw you in, and I don't know what will.
That's another episode of BAF in the bag. Thanks, y'all, for the downloads. It's starting to happen a little bit. Play us out, Dave. Catch y'all next week.
Thanks for listening.